You can both have the life that you dream of and enjoy the life that you're living now. And it's all about remaining in the right energy. And we're going to get into exactly how to do that. 3 keys to remaining in the energy that will bring about your dreams today. Energy is everything. You live your life as an energetic being, always putting out energy into the universe. Everything is actually made of energy in our universe. If we get down to the subatomic level, do you know there's actually more empty space than there are particles? Way more. 95% of the subatomic world is empty space, and the rest are these small particles. And in that space is tremendous energy. And today we're going to learn how to live in the energy of the life you want. And it happens in 3 simple ways. Stick around for just the next few minutes, and I'm going to help you wrap your brain around that, change your mind maybe about that for the first time, and accomplish 2 things. 1, you're going to start living the life that you've always dreamed of. That's what living in the right energy leads to. And 2, you're going to get to apply this today, because you can start living in that energy right now and loving the life you have today. Living the life you want and loving the life you have. Here's how you do it. Principle number 1 is so simple. And it is just to escape your familiar past. That's what Joe Dispenza calls it, our familiar past. What does that mean? That means our brain likes to run along familiar tracks. It likes to keep us comfortable. It likes to keep us safe. Your brain has 3 responses to stressors or change or anything that's out of the norm. And it is either fight, flight, or freeze. And that is there to protect you. Your brain wants to keep you safe. Your mind wants to keep you protected. So when anything that it's not used to, that seems like a threat, a dream about the future, a move in a new direction, a new opportunity comes into your path, your brain's first response of 3 is fight. Maybe you should fight this thing. Push against it. This is dangerous. Danger, Will Robinson. That's what your brain likes to tell you. Or maybe it's flight. The second thing, maybe you should run away from this danger that's in front of you. Run away from this opportunity. Run away from this thought you're having about living in a new way or a new life. And finally, number 3 is freeze. It wants to challenge you to freeze, like as if you're in the jungle, and your brain says, maybe if you be really still, the jungle cat will not know you are there, and you freeze up and you're incapacitated. It's just your brain's way of trying to protect you. But when it comes to living your dream life, you can't afford to listen to your brain. You have to tell your brain what you want it to do. You have to reprogram it. And it starts by being aware that our brain likes to live in our familiar past. It likes to live in that rut we've always been in. And if you're in that rut right now, you're doing what 90% of people do. The 60 to 70,000 thoughts you think per day are the same thoughts you thought yesterday. And as long as you keep thinking the same thoughts, you are going to keep living the same life. You have to break the mold of the familiar past if you truly want to live to the fullest of your perfect future. Now, how do we do that? How do we break out of the mold of our familiar past? I believe it starts to happen as we ease our way into the second thing, and that is focus. You have to focus your attention. You have to focus your mind. You have to focus your thoughts continually on the new life that you want to live. We used to play this game when I was a pastor back in the day with our students. We had a big gym, and we'd all get in the gym. We played this game called Ultimate Dodgeball. And maybe some of you guys have played this before, but you have all of these volleyballs, dodgeballs, any ball we could get our hands on rolling around the gym, and you split up in 2 teams, and you start on the opposite walls, and your half court line is like the center line. Neither team can cross. And you grab all the balls you can grab, and every time someone gets nailed, gets hit with a ball, they're out of the game. So balls are flying from everywhere. And what happens with most competitors, what puts you out of the game, is all about awareness. You get so focused on that big guy or that big girl with the bullet arm throwing a ball at you, whirling it at you, and you see them winding up. You get so focused on them, you either freeze or you flee in the wrong direction. You fight, flight, or freeze. You do one of those three things because that's your knee-jerk reaction to the ball that's coming your way. And you get so distracted, you don't see another ball being lobbed in from another direction. And that ball comes in and it tags you and it puts you out. And see, most of the time, that's how we live our lives when it comes to how we think. We get so caught up in our familiar past and our daily pressing now, we don't think about the future. We don't think about the life we want. We don't stay focused on the life we want if we do think about it. And we surely don't start taking steps to our dreams because we're too caught up dealing with the balls that are being thrown at us today, right? We're so focused on that ball that's coming straight at our face. We don't see the one that's being lobbed in out of nowhere, and it often takes us out. What I'm saying is this: if you want to move out of your familiar past and start to focus on the new future you want, you have to start becoming aware of your environment. And what I mean by that is you have to become aware of your thoughts and how you're responding to difficulty and to stressors in your life. We're going to all have them. Your job, your life, your spouse, significant other, whoever it may be, your friend group, your enemy group. There's going to be all kinds of things coming into your life on a continual basis that distract you and pressure you and stress you and do all these kind of things that happen in our life. And when those things come in, if we get caught up in just dealing with those balls coming our way, we will miss out on keeping our mind fixed on the future that we want. What happens when we meditate, when we start our days with meditations, positive affirmations, gratitude, those kind of things, it puts your mind on the right track for the day. But inevitably, somebody throws a ball across the gym from out of nowhere and it pegs you because you didn't see it coming, and it throws you off kilter, and now you're focused on that failure. You're focused on that ball that hits you, or you're focused on whatever the current crisis is at hand, and you can't get your mind back in that zone of focusing on the future that you want. So the big second key is, once you become aware that we tend to live in our familiar past, start daily refocusing your energy on the future that you want. And it's a practice you have to develop over time. And it's not about just living in the future. It's about living in the now and loving your life now. But it's being aware enough to know anything that detracts us from the kind of life we want to live, anything that comes into our life that makes us feel negative influences or stimuli is definitely going to come in. But when we begin to feel negative, that's our emotions saying, this doesn't feel good, you don't want this. Turn your attention away from this and turn it onto what you do want. I love what I heard Joe Dispenza as well say the other day. He said that the most successful manifestors out there, and I'm paraphrasing here, are able to find things to be grateful for in the moment. They don't wait in their lives for their lives to turn out the way they dream of, or they want it to be, or they wish it could be. They find things right now to be grateful for. And as you do that in your own life, guess what's going to happen? You're going to elevate up, spiral up your emotions. And as your emotions go up towards the dream you're wanting to live, and you get grateful for the little things in your life now, for what's going on now and what's leading you to next, as you spiral and up level that gratitude, you are moving your energy in the right direction, and you're attracting that dream closer and closer and closer because your focus is suddenly right. The key is simply every day keeping your focus on the life you want. And when you get emotionally negatively knocked out of it, being aware enough to turn it back, get back on center and say, no, I'm not letting this knock me down. I'm moving forward in my life. and you keep going in that direction. I heard Arnold Schwarzenegger say the other day about running for governor. When he ran for governor in California, friends told him, you should run for mayor first. And he said, I don't want to be a mayor. I want to be a governor. And he dreamed big. And he said, what I realized was if I get knocked down, the only distance I'm going to fall is from where my head is to where the ground is. And he said, we got to learn that we fail and we fall down and we do all that. But he kept getting up and growing. And man, he's done all this crazy stuff in his career because he believes in getting up and keeping going. And we have to do that too. Don't let life sidetrack you. Keep your focus. When you realize that you're no longer wanting to live in your familiar past, when you start focusing on the future you want, the third key is the essential key. Don't miss this because this is what makes it powerful. You start having to feel the life you really want. Now, what do I mean by that? When you start feeling it, that's literally what energetically attracts your dream life to you. When you feel it with your emotions as if it's already occurred, your dream life starts coming your way. I'm a testament to this. In my life over the last year, I've changed my thinking and all kinds of things suddenly are being attracted to me. I feel like that water tower, if you've seen the movie Super 8 at the end, it's just magnetically attracting everything metal in town to it, and it's sucking in to build this alien ship, and every piece of metal in town's coming to it. I feel like every blessing, every benefit, everything I've been wanting, just boom, 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 it's just starting to come to me in all these different ways, and it's blowing my mind. And the reason that is because when we get our focus right and we start to feel as if the thing we want is already come true, your subconscious does not know the difference in reality and what you are telling it is reality. In your thoughts, if you think and visualize the future you want as if it's happening, and you feel it in your emotions, I mean, you taste it. You feel like you can touch it. You can see it in your mind's eye. You can feel it. All of those kind of tactile sensations, you attach that to it, it becomes very real for you. Your subconscious believes it's real, and you start to move and take action toward it, and it's drawing to you, and you're drawing to it, and you're going to come together like two strong magnets. That is where it's at. That's how it works in our life when we really begin to feel what's out there for us as if it's already happened. A while back, I was at my son-in-law and daughter's house, and they had an Oculus headset, and I put it on and I played a little bit of a game with it, and oh my goodness, I don't know if you've ever been in one, but you literally will fall down on the floor if you don't keep your balance. It's so real. You feel like you're there. I've seen people online walk across tiny beams, and until you've had one on, you don't understand it. You feel like you're going to fall. You're trying to catch your balance. It becomes real. And that is the way our subconscious works. Whatever you tell it, that input going in where you're blocked out in that Oculus from the rest of the world, your mind begins to believe that's reality. And it'll do the same when it comes to your dreams. I want to challenge you, start doing these three things today in your life. Start your day with gratitude. Start your day with positive affirmation. Start your day, not scrolling your phone, not wasting time, but really setting up the dream life you want and feeling it as if it's already occurred. And as you go through your day, don't let the dodgeballs of life knock you off track from that. When they hit you, just get back up, Arnold Schwarzenegger style, and say, that knocked me down, but I'm going to refocus and I'm going to find things to be grateful for. And I'm going to feel the life I want as if it's happened. And when you do that, I promise you, you're going to start to attract it to yourself, and your life is going to change. You can do it. I believe in you. Subscribe below if you haven't already. Tell me in the comments, I'm doing it, Jim. I'm doing it. And let's get on this train together and see great things happen. You go be great today and this next week. I love you guys, and I can't wait to come back and talk to you some more.